Darrell Hendricks here with Moving the Chains. We got head coach Chad Wilkes. His Oceanside Landsharks win the 2A state championship, 35-28 over Gray Collegiate. Coach Wilkes, you started off in a 14-0 hole in the first quarter of the game. What did you say to your team, and how did they respond, kind of settling in the game early?
Yeah, well, the great thing is I don't have to say anything to them. We have seniors walking up and down the sideline down 14-0, just like, yep, we're good. We've been here before. We're going to keep it rolling because we have. We were down last week in the lower state championship game. We've been down before. Our kids never quit fighting. They work too hard in the offseason. We put a lot on these kids. It's not an easy place to play at Oceanside. It's not. We practice real hard. We work out real hard. We yell a little bit, and it takes a special kid to be able to take that and deliver on Friday nights. But those are the kind of kids we have, and we build them for these moments, and they just keep it rolling. It's amazing to watch. It's amazing to watch.
Speaking of special kids, freshman quarterback Aiden Manavian steps in, takes the places of your senior. Ed Reidenbach gets hurt late in the season and just has an epic performance. Player of the game here, throws for over 360 yards, just dotting up, because Gray just wanted to stay in that zone.
Yeah.
It seemed like. Just talk about his performance and the performance of your receivers overall.
Yeah, well, I feel like there's probably a little bit of a misconception that Gray's a great team. Where they are better than us really ultimately is up front. They have a great defensive line, a great offensive line, great linebackers, they're really fast, they're really great running backs, they're really fast and physical. And so we actually felt like our advantage was through the air, wide receivers and DBs, and I think we proved that tonight. Our game plan was to do what we did. I talked to Coach Barnes at Sumter last night, who I always talk to before these big games, and I told him, I was like, we might throw it 50 times. He's like, is that what you're good at? I said, yeah. He said, then do it. So that's what we did, and I expected that. I really did. I've been trying to tell people how good he is. I think this will show it.
I want to talk about your defense, though. I mean, the game-changing play for me was the pick six. Obviously, Dean just reads it on a little swing pass there, takes it into the house. But overall, I mean, they held up against a really good Gray front and some dynamic playmakers over there. Just talk about their performance, if you don't mind.
Yeah, they did a great job. We did it without our best defender, Ben Britton, who's also our starting left tackle. So we were kind of down a pretty important player tonight. And they just kept fighting, next man up mentality. We've had that all year. 5 offensive starters out going into this game. Another defensive starter out now with Ben, and he made 6 on offense. But Max Mormon is the one who got that pick 6. He had a huge pick earlier in the playoffs on another pick 6. He's a great player. We have so many good players on defense. It's really been our calling card all year. But we did feel like if we ever needed to make this happen, since Aiden's kind of gotten it rolling, we felt really good about being able to do that.
We talked about our players, but I want to talk about you as a coach. Minute 53 left in this game of the fourth quarter. You call on your field goal team to kick a 43-yarder potentially to get the lead there. Instead, Gray calls a timeout. You pull them off, bring your offense back out there. You guys convert, get down inside the 5-yard line. What was that decision like? Was that something that you kind of baited them into, or were you planning on kicking it?
It wasn't. Somebody already asked me that. I should start telling people, I baited them into it. I really didn't. I was 100% going to kick, and that's right at the edge of his range, like every day in practice. So it really was probably like a 50-50 proposition of whether he would make it. And I was like, Aiden's sitting here probably completing 65-70% of his passes. So the math just works out. We also knew the way they were playing coverage into the boundary. We had a really good concept that we hadn't used yet. We used something similar earlier, and they were able to play it. So just made like a slight little tweak. And so we knew we had that play in our back pocket. Honestly, I was trying to save it for halftime or for overtime. But I knew in that situation, I was like, well, actually, if we get the first down, this will be over. So we went ahead and used it, and Aiden and Will did exactly what they practice every single day and made it happen.
Last question for you. Last year you were here, similar situation. Guys weren't able to get it done. This year's team, obviously, you got the medal around your neck. You were able. What did you learn from that experience last year? And how important was that experience, for this year's team?
Yeah, we learned a ton. Like even the way we structured practice is different this year. We did more offense, defense. We did more good on good because last year I feel like we peaked against Sumter High, which was like September 19th or something. And then from that point on, we played a lot of teams that we were blowing out. Then we have to go play Abbeville, who's really good. And then, they're up 21-0 before the game ever gets started. So this year we tried to be very specific with the way we practice, making sure we got a lot of good on good. So even as we might be beating opponents, handily or whatever, we would still be prepared for this moment. And we were. It worked out, and we took a lot from that. So, I'm just proud, man. Just proud.
I'll let you go. Head coach Chad Wilkes here, state championship winning head coach Chad Wilkes. The Landsharks knock off Gray Collegiate War Eagles 35-28 in the 2A state championship here in 2023. Congrats, coach.
Appreciate it. Thank you.